Hi everybody, it's Simon here from Trade with Precision with a free newsletter for the 25th of November. Today I'm going to talk about a couple of markets here which are on my watch list, which I'm keeping a close eye on for trading opportunities, but more importantly how we use a lot of the unconventional technical analysis to read price action. Now if you've been following our posts in the past, you'll know that we use a lot of traditional technical analysis in unconventional ways in order to get an understanding, a prediction of what price is going to do next. So CAD Swiss here, if we take a look at the CAD Swiss on the weekly chart, we've got a good example here. So here first of all we can see that we've got a nice trend. We've got a number of levels here on this weekly chart, especially if I zoom out a little bit, that have been tried and tested in the past. So we've got about three levels down here: 9,000, 8,900 and sort of 88,300 or thereabouts. These are just sort of zones. But if we take a look at this price action in a bit more detail here, I'll zoom this up a little bit, we can see that we've not only got a nice downtrend here with lower highs and lower lows, we've also got all of our moving averages fanning all in the right order, indicating we've got a nice, strong, consistent trend here. We've got nice geometry with our moving averages, nice convergence with our indicators too. And we see the price action, each time the price action has come back up and made a lower high, it's also clustered with these horizontal support and resistance levels, which are quite historical and go back years. So we can see here that price came back up and it tested 9,000. We got a very bearish candle and the market rolled over and we made a new low. Price came back up, we got a small bearish candle right back into the sell zone again, clustered with 9,000, market made a new low. Another bearish candle here, clustered with 8,300, clustered with the sell zone, market made a new low. And we've just done exactly the same here again, consistently making lower highs and lower lows. And at the moment we've just sort of been in the sell zone and now we just rolled over. So if we come down to these lower time frames, we can see that here on the weekly chart we've got a nice, clear, consistent trend. If we come down to these lower time frames, we can see this move here on these mid time frames, on the 480 chart and on the 240 chart. This is consistent here with the recent move that we've had for the past sort of 3 or 4 weeks here on the weekly. If we take a look at the moment, we've got all of our moving averages all fanning in the right order on both of these time frames. Price is pulled back into the sell zone on both time frames, and the candles at the moment, they're looking bullish, but they're starting to show signs of bearishness. So we're starting to get big wicks on the tops of the candles and the bodies are starting to be at the bottom, indicating there may be some momentum running out of steam here. If it is, we're right in the sell zone there and we can start considering opportunities to be getting short these markets. We've certainly got some lovely convergence here on the indicators, indicating that there's still selling momentum in these time frames. Now the next market I want to take a look at here is Euro-Dollar. Now Euro-Dollar, if we take a look here at the weekly chart, we've got again a similar sort of story. Let me just zoom out of this a little bit. You can see here this price action at first glance looks a little bit messy, although when we start to look in a bit more detail, it's all about levels with this market. We've got the 1.3000 level through here, which has been prior tested support and resistance for going back years. The next level above it is 134,000. Again, a very strong level that's been prior support and resistance for years. At the moment, price has now just been above it, it's pulled underneath it, and now we're just broken above 134,000. This also happened to cluster nicely with the buy zone. We've got all of our moving averages in the right order there. We've got lovely geometry here in price action, and we've got some nice reasonable sized candles there testing 134,000. So a reasonable level to be considered, reasonable area here on the weekly. If we can get a positioned here and the weekly chart continues, the weekly trend continues, we've got a very reasonable move before we start making new highs. If we come down the time frames, take a look at the daily chart, we can start to see this price action in a bit more detail, start to see a bit more what's going on here. We've got 133,000 here on this time frame, which is, again, we can see here has been tested a number of times. We also, this is our 134,000 through here, and we've got another level which we can see on this time frame, which is 134,800. We start to see how many times this market has tested 134,800. If we see what's happened recently, price has come straight back down, tested 133, strong technical level, bounced off it, come back up, come back, tested 134, another key strong level, broken above it, and now it's just come back and tested 134,800. So if we come along and take a look at these mid time frames, the 480 chart and the 240, this all starts to get rather interesting around this area. So if we take a look at the 240 chart, in fact, if I just zoom out a little bit, you can start to see how strong this level has been. Been very key level, 134,800. Price has had a lovely trend since it's come down and tested 133. We've had a nice trend moving to the high side, pulled back, hit 134,000 on the nose, and now come back up, broken 134,800. Now we're just coming back to retest it. As price has rolled back over, we're just coming back into this area now, coming back into the buy zone again, and now we've got a bullish candle right there in the buy zone. So a whole number of factors all starting to stack up, around these areas in price that we use for, we use as these as our unconventional way for reading price action. Now, if you want to find out more about how we use these indicators and how we read price action analysis and how we use some of these traditional indicators in unconventional ways, then let me just tell you about a couple of webinars that we've got coming up this week. They're both free to join. Now, the first one here is top ingredients for successful trading. So we're going to be talking about a lot of technical analysis, a lot of the tips and tricks and techniques that we use to read price action in the markets. Now, this webinar, this is tomorrow evening on the 26th of November. It's 3 p.m. New York time, 8 p.m. London, 7 a.m. Sydney the next day, and 9 a.m. Auckland time. We've also got another one in the series. This is the next one in the series. This is Trading Strategy Precision Style. Now, this one is going to be on Wednesday the 27th. It's at 7 a.m. London time, 6 p.m. Sydney time, and 8 p.m. Auckland time. You can watch these recorded as well as attend them live, but these ones, what we do in Trading Strategy Precision Style is we'll be taking the ingredients, the unique way that we use the ingredients that we're going to be discussing in Top Ingredients. We'll combine this into a trading strategy, and we'll show you how we do that here on the second one, Trading Strategy Precision Style. So two really good webinars this week to attend. They're completely free of charge. If you want to join these, just click on the links below and register for these webinars, and we'll look forward to speaking to you then.